On the beautiful Greek island of Skiathos, an amazing charity works tirelessly to save the lives of the cats across the island, through feeding the strays, trying to neuter as many as possible, and rescuing cats in need.
There's a sick one that size.
In part 1 I followed Sharon Hewing, who founded the Skiathos Cat Welfare Association and experienced firsthand just how emotionally draining her days can be. I hadn't intended my 12-day trip to be entirely taken up with filming. I'd hoped to get at least some time to enjoy this amazing island and get some much needed R&R. But with so much going on with the cats, that was looking increasingly unlikely. I also still hadn't found all the strays I was desperately searching for. Thankfully, I had found Harriet and she seemed happy and very well. But there was still no sign of Gingernuts and Moo. When we were on holiday here in May, every single day, at least twice a day, I drove her down to this area for one reason: to look for a cat, a very special cat, and his name is Gingernuts. He came up to us at a taverna in Trullos. He didn't want food. Well, he did want food, but what he really wanted was attention, and that's what he got. Twice a day, every single day, we came to see him, to feed him, and to cuddle him. When I came back in January to film my first documentary, he was nowhere to be seen for the first couple of days, but then he turned up. A little bit chubbier than before, but just as wonderful. The same thing happened when we went back to Skiathos on holiday in May. There was no sign of him initially. As the days went on, I got more and more concerned. I started asking around, searching, constantly putting food down where he used to come out and see us, but nothing. And I've done the same thing on this trip. And I'm actually staying really close to where I used to come and feed him, where he used to be. But I've asked about him, nobody even knows him, even though he was so in-your-face friendly. I have to be realistic. There is a very good chance that he's not with us anymore. You know, he lived right by that road, and people drive down that road fast. And if something had happened to him, most likely, never know about it. But I wasn't going to give up hope. There is, of course, a chance that somebody has taken him in. So on my daily feeding run, where I went along and fed all the cats near me, my first stop was always to put food down for Gingernuts. Every single day, twice a day. This is one of the feeding stations on the island. It's not exactly glamorous, it's by dustbins. This is where cats, though, they congregate. They come here because they try and find food. It's a great place for these volunteers to come and leave food and water every single day. It's what they do in their own time. Come on, guys, some water. You need to drink water. Come on, there you go. I'd heard that there was 4 kittens of about 2 to 3 months old at the old dump living there, so I decided to go and have a look. Hello. Look at you, you're so cute. They looked very well and they looked very cute, so of course I gave them some food. Yep. Another stop on my daily feeding run was added. Hi! Too cute. Everywhere. Cuteness. Everywhere. With the somewhat extended feeding run done, it was time to head off towards town to meet a ginger Tom who'd been through quite a lot.
Simba! Hi, baby. Up. Hi. Hi, Berlin. Hi, baby.
They look painful.
It for sure is. He tries to lick it, but he stops again because I think it's hurting him. Baby.
Maya and her family own and run one of the hotels on the beach. And she looks after the stray cats in that area. And about a year ago, she came across a kitten who'd been dumped. A little ginger kitten, and that was Simba.
And he was just so tiny and so thin, but he looked so healthy and clean. So for sure he had a home or somewhere nice where he was staying with his family. And
How would he have got here?
somebody threw him, for sure, because he looked like someone was looking after him. And I saw the other cats was very friendly with him and taking care of him, so I was just feeding him along with the others. And when he got a little bit older, I nurtured him, and he just always looked so happy and so healthy. So I just thought that he will be strong enough to survive outside. Okay, so 10 days ago, I was walking from my work, from the hotel, and I came here, and my brother was here with his bike, and I just knew that something was wrong. And he told me that the guy hit a cat and he just threw him in the garbage. And it was this one. And I went to look, but I couldn't see him. But I could just hear duk, duk. And I don't know, I wasn't even thinking, I just knew he was alive, and we got it down, got everything out. Took him in a box from the other garbage and just ran to the vets. Luckily they were there. His jaw was broken and he was just full of blood. And his one leg got nerve damage, so he cannot walk probably yet, but will soon, hopefully, with training and massage and the right therapy. And on the other arm inside is just full of wounds. But other than that, he was very, very lucky.
How else did he come and empty the garbage?
Every second day, sometimes every day.
So did these guys ever find any kittens?
All the time, every day, almost. Either dead cats or small kittens alive. And because the mayor called them and said if they find any alive cats in the garbage, they have to bring them either to the vet or to Sharon's, or they will get a fine. If we didn't see Simba, because he was buried under all this garbage, he would have been dead. Nobody would see him, nobody would know, and I would just wonder, where is the cat? Where is he? What happened to him, you know? Every day I have to massage him and stretch his leg. You can see his shoulder is not on its place because of the nerve damage. So when he wants to, I can train him a little bit.
It's a very relaxed cat.
So relaxed.
Especially considering his life so far.
Yeah. He was very, very lucky. And most cats are not, because something like this happens every single day.
Simba's now safe and going to a new home soon after being adopted through the charity. No cat deserves it more than beautiful Simba. As I left Simba, I received some great news. That little kitten who was trapped inside the wall had been found and taken to Sharon's. Underneath here is Brick. I've named him Brick, the one who's inside the wall. Hi Brick, you're going to come out. So I think there's another one in there as well. The one that's also with him is the kitten we got from inside the van. So they're both still being very timid and hiding. But with time they'll come out. And they're now safe. That's the important thing. What are you like? So noisy. So I left Brick and, well, let's just call the other kitten Van for now, and headed off to the kitten shed to see how the 5 surviving kittens who were found in the middle of nowhere were getting on. This is where new kittens are kept in isolation until their health can be checked out and see how they're getting on. But it's far from an ideal space. If the charity are able to raise enough money to fund their forced relocation, they could build a proper isolation area for rescued kittens, as well as places to keep the blind cats and the cats being readied for adoption. Whilst the situation that they find themselves in is dire, if they can raise the money they need, it could give the cats and the charity a really solid future that they currently don't have. It's so nice to see these kittens. They look good, happy, being fed, and they're safe. And, you know, I wish it was the same for all the cats on the island, but there are lucky ones and there are unlucky ones. These guys, they're lucky ones. They just need to be adopted now. They look amazing. They're doing so well.
Thank you. Thank you. So Jim's come in, who found them all, to come and deflea and deworm them this afternoon. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get them out in the sun in the cage.
Yeah.
And get them some vitamin C, and it's not really the ideal place in here.
No.
But at least we can just put some toys on it and let them, you know. That one's cute though.
Hi. Thanks for saving me.
Cute though.
Do you want me to play with you? No? Bye, cutie. Bye. In the few days that I'd been on Skiathos, the amount of kittens that Sharon was looking after had gone from 15 to 22 because of the rescues. And now it was time to find another one. A local shop owner had seen the sick kitten and phoned it in.
This and that aside. This, before it's here.
He last saw the kitten a couple of hours ago. Trying to find it now, not easy. Same size?
Yeah, same size. This is about the color and it's much thin and...
Same colour?
Yeah.
Take us to your friend.
This is okay. It's 2, 3 okay. One white and that. One something like that is very sick.
Hey.
It's very thin and...
Where's your sick brother? Where's your sick brother? Hey. Hello.
Look at this, a dead one here.
I think it might be in there because that's where the other one's living. Yeah.
Hello. Oh, there's one in it, yeah. Hang on. That one looks quite healthy, doesn't it? Looks quite healthy.
After 10, you be out here,
Yeah.
and you stay here out.
What time?
After 9, 10 o'clock, 9, 10, 11.
So with his advice that we should come back in the morning, we reluctantly headed off. And with the sun going down, it was time to go and look for that little nocturnal stray, Moo. Every time I went into town, I did the same thing, looking for Moo. And of course, putting some food down for every single stray that I came across. She'd only ever been seen at night, and that place where we'd seen her is on Sharon's feeding run, but she only ever does her feeding runs during the daytime, and she'd never seen her before. But I looked and looked for a good 3 hours, and still no sign of her. As I was heading back, I received a message telling me that the kitten we'd been searching for had been found dead. It was a sad end to another hard and emotional day. The next morning, as every day, my feeding run. Gingernuts. The cats buy all the rubbish. And of course my new friends, the 4 kittens at the dump. I spent most of the day going around the island and getting some additional shots. And when that was done, it was time to head off to Elaney Beach to go and spend some real quality time with lovely Harriet. I'd been going to see her twice a day to give her some food, and she was always ravenous. I don't know what else she was getting fed. I don't know if she was getting anything from any of the tourists there or getting anything from the taverna. I just knew that whenever I saw her, she was starving. Of all the places to be a stray cat, this did feel like one of the nicest and safest places for her. No roads, just that car park and a beautiful location. I felt that she was in a good place here, especially given that I hadn't found Gingernuts or Moo. Gingernuts living by that road and Moo in town with all of that traffic. I was already very attached to her. It's you, Harriet! But spending this time with her every day, she was always sitting with me, hanging around with me. And we even watched the World Cup together, probably the first time she's seen television. At this point, she really meant a lot to me. In part 3 of the Skiathos Kittens, the 4 kittens at the dump start to trust me more and more. I finally get to meet Brick properly as he comes out of hiding.
He's going to be a bruiser. That's better, stay there.
And I start to worry about Harriet's future and safety.